Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So in our last video at Rush at Slick Rock, Matt decided to hit it pretty good, and in doing so he ended up breaking the output shaft on his KRX. So we searched and looked for videos on YouTube, since we're YouTube certified mechanics, and couldn't find anything. So this is going to be a short video. Hopefully it'll help you guys down the road. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Leave your comments. Hopefully it's beneficial for somebody else that has the same situation. But when Matt broke the output shaft, it decided to take the oil pan with it. And doing so, he lost all his oil, and we had to tow him back. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll be back.
Alright, so if you watched number 3 video of our Rush Off-Road series, you hear that loud pop on Slick Rock on the green KRX. The output shaft was the loud snap, and you can see the big break right here. This is the carrier bearing side going forward on the machine. This goes into the transmission. Once that broke, was it this one that popped up?
Well, the
This
carrier, from the carrier bearing kit.
This popped up and then put the big hole in the oil pan. So we have searched and searched and searched. Maybe we suck at searching. We can't find any video where you can replace an oil pan on a KRX. By the way, we got a brand new oil pan with a gasket and a magnetic drain plug from Brute Performance. I think it was the last one in stock, but I don't know how many they keep in stock. But this is a problem. This happens on the KRXs. You would think the U-joints would be a thing to go, or something further up the drivetrain. Right now it's output shafts and drive shafts that we have broken. So what we want to show you is how we removed the oil pan, and you can see from the machine right now, we didn't take the bed out. We didn't take the bumper off. We didn't take the transmission out.
It's fully intact.
We didn't take the axles out. What we did was we took down the factory skid plates. He doesn't have an aftermarket skid plate, which we're begging.
Factory stock skid plates that we removed.
Yeah, factory skid plates. Remove those. And there's a little metal bar. Joe's gonna get down and show you. There's a little metal bar. We took a grinder wheel. We took a grinder wheel and cut that little bar out of there. Direct access to the oil pan. Tommy tire plug. Hopefully tomorrow's bringing his little portable welder over, and we're going to weld that bar back up in there once we put the new oil pan in, and Matt is bringing his oil change stuff tonight. All right, so Joe's gonna crawl under there. We're gonna show you the oil pan right now, and Joe's gonna crawl under, show you the bar that we took out. He's gonna show you the oil pan, and then point out where the output shaft comes out of the transmission, where the carrier bearing goes, and hopefully give other people who don't want to go to a dealer a little bit of information on how to do this at home. So
this is more like a DIY project for you. And if, you know what, if you guys are this far into it, you know there's a possibility that you're gonna have to cut something, right? If you don't feel like you can pull the motor, This is probably the fastest way that we've come up with. Could be the right way, could be the wrong way. Leave a comment, let us know.
Yeah, this is just what we're doing.
You know, this is just what we're doing. This is what the easiest way for us to do it without pulling the motor, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to pull the motor.
So we got the oil pan.
Oops.
That's going in, and that's going to get replaced. The major reason why you would have to pull the motor out of here would be because the pickup
space
on the oil pickup sits down inside this pan, and you can't really slide this out in between the framework. So the bracket, it sits right here. It's only about a 1/2 inch off the pan, so it doesn't give you a whole lot of room to drop it. So we cut that whole bar out, and the pan fell right out. And I'll get ready to show you guys how to do that.
All
right, guys, so you can see right there, that's where the carrier bearing goes into. There's the oil pickup and where the oil pan should be going.
Are they able to see where you cut out?
Yeah, so the bar that we cut out right here, that goes right here where this oil pan pickup would be. So it goes right there. We just decided to cut that out, and it gave us complete access to the entire oil pan. And then you have a bolt right here that's directly in line with that bar that we cut out. So we end up using a 8mm wrench to get to that bolt after we cut that bar out, and we're able to drop that pan and also access the carrier bearing and everything else all in one shot.
Alright, so give a little update here. We got the new oil pan is in. The new output shaft is into the transmission. The new carrier bearing is in. And now we're going to try to get the yoke with the U-joints connecting the prop shaft or drive shaft to the output shaft. We're going to try and do this without loosening the front diff to give us room. I don't know if it'll work, but that's where we're at. Alright, last section. We're going to explain the finish of how we got the drive shaft, the yoke, output shaft, through the carrier bearing, all back installed. Again, I want to highlight without removing or loosening one bolt in the front end. In the last segment, we said we're going to try and get it together. It took us, what, Joe, about 10 minutes once we ended that clip?
About 10 minutes.
What we did was Joe, he's a genius, by the way. He pulled the drive shaft to the rear, pulling it out of the front diff yoke. Now the drive shaft is completely loose. It's not attached in the front, it's not attached in the rear. Then he was able to push it forward, creating a large enough gap for us to get the yoke on the output shaft and on the rear of the drive shaft. There's 2 bolts that go in there, they're holder bolts. We did not put those in, and then we pulled the drive shaft all the way as far rear as it would go, with the yoke and everything attached. And then that gave us about a 1-inch gap in the front for me to go in through the access panel. Sticking my finger in the way. Go in through the access panel and help line up the drive shaft with the yoke out of the front diff. Joe back here pushed it forward and everything went right in. And again, I want to highlight, we did not take out one bolt or loosen one bolt for the front diff. So we now believe you can, if you break a drive shaft, you have to change your oil pan. Want to change your carrier bearing or
Output shaft.
There's no need to unbolt anything in the front.